What is up? It is Big Char Trades back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be recapping my trade from today. I caught around 37.5 points trading MNQ, literally taking the same exact trade that I take every single day. So there was some confusion about this trade. So I'm just going to cover all of that in this video. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what goes into my model and exactly how I trade every single day on a daily basis. I know that's pretty redundant, but this is literally resemblant of every single trade that I take. So if you know me, you know that I trade the 4-hour PO3, okay? 10 a.m. 4-hour PO3. So right before 10 a.m., okay, what do we have here? As you can tell, we have this bullish order block. But before I get into that, I want to go into my bias because that's where I get the most questions. All right, so we're on the 4-hour time frame. Why was I bullish today? Well, what do we have here? Okay, as you can see, the 6 a.m. candle inversed this 4-hour bearish fair value gap. We tapped into it once. We tapped into it once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we tapped into this bearish 4-hour fair value gap 14 times, meaning that these orders, by the time this got tapped into here, these orders were all bought up, okay? If you know what a fair value gap is, you know that it's unfilled orders, and that's why right when price taps into a fair value gap, it should displace strongly in the opposite direction, right? Sort of like a bounce because those orders get filled and then price reacts. But as you can see, we tapped into this 14 times. So obviously, if we tap into a fair value gap 14 times, we can anticipate that fair value gap to get mitigated. So what happens? We mitigated that gap, okay, I think on the 2 a.m. candle, we mitigated that gap. Yeah, so we mitigated the gap on the 2 a.m. candle. So I was bullish, right? So what happens? Okay, it's 9:45 here, and we have this bullish order block right here. Okay, so what do I want? All right, why was this an order block, right? Well, this was an order block because we have this down close candle that pulled into this fair value gap right here. And if you haven't watched my order block video, I'll tag it right here. I highly recommend you go watch that video. But an order block is valid once it is a candle that closes in the opposite direction as the trend and pulls into a fair value gap. So as you can see, this is the leg that pulled into the fair value gap, and it gets turned into an order block when price closes above it, okay? So this being the order block, okay, on that 10 a.m. open, I want price to open, manipulate down into this order block, and then distribute upwards, okay? Open, low, high, close, that is a bullish candlestick. So I want price to open, manipulate lower into this order block, distribute higher, and then close, okay? Because I am bullish. So let's see what happens. All right. Let me just drop down. Okay, and as you can see, this is the same candle right here. So this is the order block on the ES. Okay, let me drop down to the 1-minute time frame and look for an entry. Okay, this is exactly how I trade. If you want to see my executions for some reason, if you don't believe me, you can go ahead and look at my Twitter. I posted my executions there. But right here, this is the order block. Okay, let me mark this out. Okay, this 15-minute order block. Right? So let's see what happens. Okay, price opens. This is the 10 a.m. candle that opens. Okay, let's see what happens. Boom, 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 boom. Displaces to the downside, immediately taps into that order block. And as you can see, right, what time is it here? Let me go to the 15th. Let me go to the 16th minute. Okay. As you can see, right, this is the 1-minute change in state of delivery out of that 15-minute order block. If you know how I trade, you know my entry model is, obviously I trade the 4-hour PO3, but higher time frame PD array, lower time frame execution. So 15-minute time frame is aligned with the 1-minute time frame. That's why we execute on the 1 minute out of this 15-minute order block. Right, and we're looking for 3 things. We're looking for a liquidity sweep, SMT with ES, and change in state of delivery, which is our actual entry. So as you can see, we got this change in state of delivery here. And where is that SMT? Well, look at this 10 a.m. 15-minute candle. You see how it tapped into that order block? Whereas this candle right here, right, let's see, how do I Let me just get that candle to appear. We never tapped into that order block, right? So that's some SMT right there. Look, I'll highlight it for you. We tapped into the order block right here. That same candle on ES, right? Didn't even get close to that order block. So that is bullish SMT right there, right? You see? So with that bullish SMT, with that change in state of delivery, as you can see, my entry actually took place. Again, you can look at my executions. Let me delete this red dot. My entry actually took place right on this retest here. Let me highlight that. Right here at the bottom of this wick. I waited for the retest because obviously this is a little bit high. And my trade was this. So I went long right here. Right, my stop went at this low. Right. I went in this with 7 micros. I put like around $500 of risk on the table. And here was my TP1. My TP1 was, let me zoom out a little bit. This was my TP1. Wait, I'm tripping. This was my final TP. Where's my final TP? I think this was my final TP. Yeah, no. Was my final TP on the 15-minute time frame? Let's see. Okay, let me zoom in here a little bit. I think my final TP was... Okay, this is frustrating me. Well, it was a 3.18R. So let me just reverse engineer this. So it was a 3.18R. Again, you can look at my Twitter. 3.18R was the total trade. So this was the total amount. But my TP1 was the only leg that hit. So my TP1 was obviously the leg that hit. Let me find it. This is really frustrating. This was my TP1, I think, right here. Yeah. This was my TP1. And then I got stopped in profit. So let me just mark that out. That's a 1 minute time frame. Sorry. I know this is kind of annoying for you guys, but yeah, so this was my TP1 that hit right there. And then my stop loss was right here. That was my stop. And then I think it got ran right here. Did it get ran? Yeah. So I got stopped out right there. Or did I not get stopped out right there? I don't know. Something like that. Whoops. I got stopped in profit regardless. It was like a 3. It was realized like 1.2R, 1.3R. Okay, so that was what I realized. But obviously trade came up, moved my stop in profit, and then I got stopped out. But that was my trade from today. As you can see, it had all the confluences that I talk about on a daily basis. We had that 15-minute order block, right? That's our higher time frame PD array. We had that SMT at the leg that tapped into that PD array right here, right? Because the 15-minute didn't tap into it. And then we dropped to the lower time frame. We got our change in state as soon as this candle started to turn green. Here, I'll show you. So this was a red candle. We put in a bottom wick into this 15-minute order block, got that change in state, and then went ahead and turned into a green candle. So as you can see, right, what is the setup that we take every single time? Open, low, high, close. Okay, that is a bullish candlestick. I'll literally draw it out here so you see it. This is exactly what it is. All right, some sort of PD array on the 15-minute or 5-minute time frame, and then we get our break in sell side, right? Liquidity sweep, right? And then why is this? Let me move this to the back. Send to back. And so we got that liquidity sweep, and then we get that SMT to ES somewhere at this low, and we get that change in state of delivery right here. Okay, and what do we target? We are targeting resting liquidity where price will likely, right, opposing liquidity. So that is exactly what this trade was. And that is the same exact trade that I take every single day. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I'm gonna start pumping out YouTube videos again. I took like a 2-week break. Just got a little bit of brain fog. Price action was bad. But I'm back. So I hope this recap helped you. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Watch my essentials playlist if you haven't already. It will teach you every single thing that I know about trading. So hopefully this video helped you. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe, follow me on my socials. Peace out.